I mean, we're spreading a little bit of fertilizer, so we need a lot of guys, and we don't spread at night, for example, because then a big tractor with full light. I mean, that's like it's like daylight, So, and that would probably, and the lights in all the villages are switched off, and all the towns are switched off, so it's completely dark outside. So if you would drive around with a tractor with all lights switched on, that would attract attention from maybe drones or whatever is flying around. I mean, that's part of the panic, I think, as well. But during the daytime, we try to spread as much fertilizer as we can. And we have a lot of guys who went to the army and who are in the territorial, like kind of self-defense forces. I mean, where they have to fulfill their duty, I would say. But we try to finish repairing planters and seeders as good as we can, but we didn't get all the spare parts yet, so we have to put back old spare parts back on the machines. Supplies of fuel and fertilizer is difficult now. Not all the seeds are there yet, so I mean, we have enough to get started. In the spring it's busy, but we don't need so many people. So, I hope we can manage the spring. But, it's also, again, in the spring we work day and night. And if we can only work daytime, then we can only plant half of the farm, for example. If this continues for a few more weeks, we and all our farmers in Ukraine will be way behind.
So you said you're losing some of your employees to the army?
Yes.
Okay. And how many acres are you farming there?
We are around a little bit above 15,000 hectares, and we grow winter wheat, winter barley, winter canola, sunflowers, corn, sugar beets, and soybeans and navy beans.
And I remember not all that long ago, maybe back in December, you were sharing, there was a very high-tech video of some equipment you were testing on your farm. So this, how does that, is that just all gone right now, or what happens with progress?
Yeah, now there's no progress anymore. I mean, we're constantly trying to implement more modern technology. I mean, it doesn't go as fast as you'd like to, but it's okay. And we're constructing for the dairy farm to build an additional barn. Yeah, that's all stopped now. And the agronomists, they're now working on a new plan to do planting as cheap as possible, with as few inputs as possible, to save as much as possible. So no testing anymore, no experiments anymore, just trying to survive. And that's not good. That's not good for progress, and that's not good for development.
How are farmers helping to fight this war? What's their involvement? What's your involvement?
Yeah, so first of all, a lot of employees from farmers all over Ukraine, they joined the army. A lot of them voluntarily, and also guys who just had to go. And we are daily in contact through our farmers association with 50, 60, 70 farmers from all over Ukraine, like the most active members of this association. The total association is like 1,100 farmers. So we're in daily contact with them, and everybody tries to help as much as he can with supplying food to the army, flour to bake bread. In the south, some guys have been occupied already. They can't get rid of the milk, so they give the milk away to the local population and to the town in Kherson and Kakhovka and wherever they can come, where the army is not present from Russia. The wiring money to the army, helping with loaders to prepare roadblocks, with excavators, welding anti-tank constructions. There was even a video on the internet where a group of farm employees were in the middle of the road with no guns, in stopping a Russian tank. I mean, the tank was like a few hundred meters away, and they were screaming and shouting at the tank, and then the tank turned around and drove back. So I mean, whatever creativity you have, farmers are using, in this situation.
When I met you back in 2015, we did an interview, and one of the things that I remember you saying was that a part of what was going on in Ukraine among farmers was that there wasn't a lot of trust between you. It seems like there's a lot more trust between farmers now.
I mean, that the biggest achievement of Putin is that he created a real unity of Ukraine, and also amongst farmers.